My name is Clay Boonthanakit, or Clayto Boon on the interwebs. I like to dance, drink and make cocktails, collect whiskey, make funny videos. I enjoy making things that connect with people, and especially when those things are not particularly in most people's comfort zones, using those as a vessel for conversation and connectivity. What it means to be an artist, to me, is pretty simple. Any being who creates and channels emotions or ideas into that thing they create. So what inspired me to dance originally was simply my older brother. He danced a little bit. He had friends who were dancers. But the thing that really pushed me into it is that I just didn't have any friends. I moved from Atlanta to California, had no friends, didn't have self-confidence. And so I literally had nothing better to do. And I ended up rolling into the room that my older brother told me I should check out, which was the Freestylers Club at high school. And people were dancing. And it was incredible to see people of different race, gender, size, didn't really matter, cheering for a person doing nutcracker windmills in the center of the floor. And I went home that day and went on YouTube and searched dance. That's how it began. So where I got my style of dance, I guess that sort of shifts over time. I started off very vanilla in my abilities. I loved waving. That was one of my favorite styles, you know, looking like a noodle, looking like liquid. And also like robot, isolations, looking kind of like unreal was one of my favorite things. But over time I learned to add parts of myself, the things I love, the animes I watch, the foods I enjoy, the textures that I think are interesting in life into my dancing. Also considering more audiences and people who watch. Am I doing it in front of a school? Am I doing this in front of Ellen DeGeneres? Am I doing this in front of my friends? I dance and shift differently in those settings because I feel different, and dancing is just simply how I feel in the moment. My future plan for dance is to continue to enjoy it and be a part of something that pretty much instantly connects me with people I would have never been connected with. My favorite part about dance. At what age did I start dancing? I started dancing freshman year of high school, so I'm assuming that's 12 or 13 years old. I think so. Depending on what age you start dance, that will absolutely influence your dancing. However, I don't believe every person was made in the same way. I don't believe that every person who starts at an early age will continue and be a better dancer in the future. And I've experienced that myself. Say for instance, there are young kids who have started in ballet. And when they do ballet, some enjoy it, some are doing it because their parents put them in that. And that can be beneficial to different people, right? Some people actually need that push from the parent. Some people need people to actually throw them in. They have to hate it for a bit until I kind of start liking it now. Or that sucks the entire joy of dance out of them. If they're stuck in class, they kind of hate it. I don't want to go to dance practice. I want to play with my friends. It's different. It depends on the person, depends on their upbringing and who they are. I myself have recently started learning Spanish for fun because I taught in Mexico and I loved it. And I have learned more Spanish now in the past 50 days of Duolingo streak than the French that I spent my entire childhood from kindergarten all the way until 7th grade learning. I know more Spanish now than I did before. It's because I care about it in a different way, and I'm a different person than I was before. So I think there's a lot of benefits to starting dance at a young age. However, I don't believe everyone pursues it with such passion and fervor than as the next person, depending on your circumstance. Social media, stop caring about the algorithm so much. The algorithm's a beautiful thing. There are many algorithms in different platforms. YouTube is not one algorithm. Every single section and shelf has an algorithm. It's there meant to help your content get to people. Make content for people. It's not for an algorithm. Don't blame the algorithm that you didn't make good content, okay? I've made stuff that I think is amazing and it didn't perform well, and I look back and I'm like, makes sense. So yeah, make content for people. How do I manage self-doubt from others? Lean into my wins. I don't really have the thickest skin, but when I weigh the amount of hate versus the amount of love I have, it's actually ridiculous. It's easy to see that one comment or the one person that shouted at you. It's very loud. That's like 1 out of 1,000, 1 out of 10,000. That's amazing. You telling me 99,999 people like me? They like the thing I made? That's pretty sick. Steezy is basically an online dance education platform. Technically a tech company, but it's like media tech company. We basically want to make the next million dancers, the next billion dancers in the world. And so we do that through our YouTube channel, which provides free content. We have an application as well, #1 dance app on the App Store, Play Store. And we're doing much more after just those two things. But yeah, that's what it is. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for giving a damn and even listening. If you made it this far, get a life. I'm not worth it. But thanks for listening. Bye.